tiger. It'll make sense. It'll make sense. We'll get into it. Hello creepy people, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we are going to be doing the unboxing for the February 2021 horror pack unboxing. I am so excited for this. I am rocking my little Camp Crystal Lake hat today. I just felt like it was very fitting. So we are going to be unboxing the new movies that we got for the month of February. But first, as always, we are going to be doing a quick review on the movies that we got in the January 2021 horror pack. And I'm shocked, and I think this is the first time this has ever happened in my history of horror pack unboxings, because I liked and loved all of the movies that we got in January. I couldn't believe it. I literally enjoyed every single one of these, and we're gonna break it down. We're gonna talk a little bit about each of these movies. If you do not care about my reviews for the January pack, then you can skip to this time in the video where we will just be unboxing the new movies in February. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Very first movie that I want to talk about is this one right here, and this is The Dead Room. And this one I gave 3 out of 5 stars, and basically it's about 2 guys and a girl. Their names are Scott, Liam, and Holly. Scott and Liam are kind of like the technical guys. Like, one of them is really into like paranormal investigating, and the other one, you know, is kind of the same, but he's more or less more of a skeptic about the paranormal. And Holly is kind of like a medium, so she can kind of channel and feel like negative energy or demons, or she can just kind of feel all that stuff. Go off grid to this abandoned house that looks like it was once occupied by a family, but everything was just kind of left in disarray. Like, they left a lot of their stuff and their furniture, and you can tell that the house hasn't been lived in a while. And they set up all these cameras, and they start to notice that something is tripping the cameras every single night at around 3 a.m. Now, if you are a big horror movie buff or horror movie fan, then you know anything that happens at 3 a.m. is never a good thing. So, you know, things start to happen, like the front door opening or the chandeliers kind of moving. And the girl, Holly, like I said, is kind of like a medium in all of this, and she finally, after a few days, after a few nights, she finally sees an evil entity, kind of like an evil man. Honestly, this movie, it was a little bit slow. It did have some really good parts. It did have parts of like, you know, ooh, that's kind of creepy. But then it starts to get a little bit weird. Like, they find this room in the basement where they find like a mummified body that's chained to a chair, and towards the end of the movie, the body comes to life and, you know, starts taking each of the people one by one. So, you know, what I thought was going to be this epic, like, possession type movie, it really wasn't that at all. They didn't really go into the backstory as to who the body was that they found in the basement. They didn't really go into that. Like, I have no idea who that was. And another thing is, if you look at the cover of this movie and you see this right here, like, that looks creepy as shit, right? This does not happen in the movie, okay? Spoiler alert, but this movie is very much like a clickbait title that you see on YouTube, because this does not fucking happen, okay? The next movie I want to talk about is this one, and this one was Unsane, and I gave this one 4 out of 5 stars. So first of all, one of you guys told me in the comments of my last horror pack that this movie was filmed entirely on an iPhone. Now, I didn't look into it. I don't know if that's true or not. However, if it is true, 2 thumbs up. Basically, this movie is all about this woman. Her name is Sawyer. She works at a bank, I'm pretty sure, and she's just kind of, you know, mulling through life. Like, she's not like super happy, but she's not super upset. She just kind of has this routine. She goes to work, she comes home, you know, she's just kind of living her life and whatnot. And she moved and started this new life, I guess, because she believes that she had a stalker. She meets with this therapist just to kind of talk about, you know, her triggers with it and how she believes that the stalker has followed her to this new town. While she was talking to this counselor, unbeknownst to her, Sawyer, she actually fully commits herself into like this insane asylum, kind of like a Pine Rest type situation. She's really pissed off because she didn't realize that just because she was going to speak to a counselor, she did not realize that by signing the paperwork that she was fully committing herself into this facility. And basically she has to stay there for a full 7 days, and then once her insurance runs out of money to pay for that 7 days, she can finally go home. So then she starts to see things. She starts to think that this male nurse in the asylum is her stalker. You know, you're kind of left wondering, like, is it really her stalker, or is she seeing things? Like, what's going on? The ending was very, very suspenseful. Like, it was just kind of those movies where you could probably see a sequel coming out of it. This movie was really, really good. I highly recommend that you guys watch it. I'm pretty sure that this movie is on Amazon Prime. Next movie is the Horror Pack Limited Edition, and that was this one. This is the Crazy Too Crazy. And remember, this is the one that had no synopsis on the back. You had no idea what it was about. This one, and okay, I kind of feel like I'm fucked up for giving this one 5 out of 5 stars because this movie was absolutely bizarro. Like, it was the craziest, weirdest movie I have ever seen. It has a really odd, kind of disturbing beginning. Like, the way this movie opens up is it opens up to this guy pleasuring himself in the bathroom, and I was just kind of like, what the fuck am I about to get into? Like, basically, it is about this guy, kind of like this degenerate. His name is Eugene in the movie. He's really gross, just kind of dirty, grimy. He lives in a hotel. He chain smokes like a motherfucker. He basically doesn't eat. He just drinks and smokes all the time. And as he's kind of out walking around, you know, he stops at the liquor store, and as he's coming out of the liquor store, he notices this woman right here. Forget her name, but I mean, that's beside the point. He sees this woman, and this woman happens to be a realtor, and she's putting up this kind of office space up for sale, and that's when Eugene notices her, and she's absolutely gorgeous. Like, she's a bombshell. She's beautiful. He notices her. He's like, oh my god, like, I need to get me some of that. So he walks up to the listing, and she's a realtor, so he takes down her number and he gets a hold of her saying, oh, you know, I'm really interested. I really want to go look at this house I found, blah, blah, blah. But in reality, he does not want to go look at the house, okay? This guy has no fucking money. He doesn't really want to go look at the house. He actually has really bad intentions. So he sets up a meeting, he shaves, and he washes his hair for the first time in probably like years. You know, he goes to a thrift store and gets like a full outfit. And so the day comes to finally meet up with the realtor to go and look at this house. He just wants to get this realtor in a room so he can lock her in there and do something really, really horrible. But there's a fucking twist. The family of this realtor is actually a fucked up family. You can see them on the back there. And they end up kidnapping, like knocking him out, kidnapping Eugene and bringing them back to their house and keeping him in the basement. And the husband of the woman, he basically, him and his children start torturing him. You know, they cut off his fingertips, they bust his kneecaps with a baseball bat, like, fuck, ow. It's like, it's the biggest what the fuck movie. There is a lot of masturbating in this movie, there is a lot of sexual scenes in this movie, and I felt so wrong for liking this movie so much because it's such a weird movie and it's such a weird concept. But it was really, really good. It was the last movie that I want to talk about. If you guys watched my January unboxing, I talked about how I really wasn't that excited to see this movie, and that was The Domestics. Just based off the cover alone, I was kind of like, I'm not gonna like this movie, it's not my style. This one was probably my favorite out of the whole entire pack, is The Domestics. I gave this one 5 out of 5 stars, and if you guys remember that little jingle I was singing at the beginning of the video, that's what that song is from. It's from this movie. At the very end of the movie, they sing that song, and I loved this movie. It was honestly so, so good. The government released this toxic gas that basically wiped out the entire population. It didn't affect everybody, and the people that did survive were known as the domestics. Some of them were basically just trying to Walking Dead it, like they were just trying to survive. They were just trying to get through life. They were trying to figure out a new normal on how to survive. And then there were other people that started started gangs. They were like, it's kind of like the Purge. Like, they were like, you know what? The government doesn't exist. The country doesn't exist. People are dead. Let's start a gang and let's fuck up the rest of the people that survived. They had the gamblers, the sheets, the nailers, the plowboys, the cherries. Like, there were just a bunch of different gangs, and they all kind of had different motives. Two characters in this movie right here. We have Marcus, and then we have Nina right here, which is Kate Bosworth. Before the whole, you know, epidemic hit with the toxic gas, they were married and they were already having struggles with their marriage, and then the whole toxic gas thing happened, so they were like, well, fuck, so we're trying to fix our marriage, but we're also trying to survive this bullshit. So the thought of this actually happening is so terrifying, but it's so real, because I'm definitely one of those people where I do not trust our government at all whatsoever, so I can totally see something like this happening. They're on their way to Milwaukee to get to her parents' house, and once they finally do make it to her parents' house, she unfortunately discovers that her dad has passed away from an illness, and her mom ended up killing herself to be with her dad. So Nina, you know, they went all this way to get to Milwaukee, and they, you know, get there just to find out that her parents are no longer there. One of the guys in the neighborhood is actually a gambler, and he kind of calls them and says, hey, guess what? Yeah, that girl and that guy that escaped you, yeah, they're here. They end up coming to this neighborhood, to Milwaukee, and Nina and Marcus, they just turn into these total fucking badasses where they take out the gamblers, they take out the plowboys. It is such a good movie. It's at the end of the movie as they're driving away. Kind of become like, you know, a Bonnie and Clyde. Like, they're like, we're gonna take out the rest of these gangs, we're gonna create a new and better world, blah, blah, blah. All the movies in the January pack were awesome. It's a great start to 2021. So those are all of the movies from January. Now we can jump into the February horror pack unboxing. For those of you who do not know what Horror Pack is a horror movie subscription service where every month you get 4 new DVD and or Blu-rays, and they are all horror movie genre related. You don't know what you're gonna get, you have no idea. So without further ado, let's go ahead and open this up. I will have a link to the website at the top of the description box so you guys can easily click it, check it out, see if it is something for you, see if something that you're interested in. It's not an affiliate link. I'm not making any money off of your clicks. It's just a link for you guys to easily access the site and check them out. Okay, so as you can see inside, we have 4 new Blu-rays in here, and it looks like we have one with the slip cover, so I'm actually gonna start with that one first. So I'm gonna slip it out. The first movie that we got for the February 2021 is... oh, interesting. This one is called Panic. Here is what the cover of this one looks like. Never heard of it before. So let's go ahead and read what it says on the back. So on the back it says, Sam's first day as a pizza delivery driver is not going according to plan. At the end of a long day and not enough tips, her last delivery turns out to be for a group of Satanists looking for someone to sacrifice. Oh shit. In a fight for her life, Sam must fend off witches, evil spells, and demonic creatures, all while trying to keep her body and soul intact. This one definitely sounds interesting. I don't know if I'm gonna be like over the moon crazy about it or anything, but I can't talk today. What the fuck? I need, yeah. Okay, the next one I'm going to take off of the very bottom. So the second movie that we got for the February 2021 pack is... wow, is this a horror pack limited edition or no? So this next one was made in 2020, and this one is called Yummy. It is a Raven banner picture, which those are pretty good. On the front it says facelifts, boob jobs, and zombies. Oh my god, this one looks really, really good. I love the cover of this one. Look at that guy. Let's go ahead and read what it says on the back. I have a feeling this is going to be a really good one. So on the back it says, a young couple travels to a shady Eastern European hospital for plastic surgery. Problem number 1. A woman wants a breast reduction and her mother comes along for yet another facelift. Wandering through an abandoned ward, the boyfriend stumbles upon a young woman. Gagged and strapped to an operating table, she's the result of an experimental rejuvenation treatment. He frees her, but doesn't realize she's patient 0 and he just caused the outbreak of a virus that will change the doctors, patients, and his mother-in-law into bloodthirsty zombies. Oh my god! This This one sounds so good. This was also made in Canada. Canada. Hey guys, we are 50% done. We have 2 movies left. I'm gonna take the one off of the very top this time. And the third movie that we got is... Ooh, okay, interesting. So this is Jack Ketchum's The Lost. I have never heard of this movie. For like a hot second, I thought it was The Lost Boys. That's a great movie. But let's go ahead and read what it says on the back. So on the back it says, once upon a time, a boy named Ray Pye put crushed beer cans in his boots to make himself taller. The fuck? But this is no fairy tale. For suburban sociopath Ray and his friends, small town life is a dead-end road of sex, drugs, liars, and losers. Sounds like Grand Rapids. And what begins with a sudden act of senseless violence will climax into a mind-blowing frenzy of depravity, with the worst still yet to come. This controversial shocker, adapted from the infamous novel by Jack Ketchum and based on the true story that stunned America. Oh, okay, so this is a true story? Interesting. I'm curious about that one. We have 1 movie left, and of course, we didn't receive a Horror Pack limited edition yet, so the last movie that we got for February 2021 is going to be the Horror Pack limited edition, and that one is Werewolf, Survive the Dogs of War. Ooh, okay, that's cool. I like that. Survive the Dogs of War. Here's what the cover of this one looks like. It looks like we have some children in the striped pajamas, so I don't know if this is like a Holocaust type thing. So it says summer 1945. A temporary orphanage is established in an abandoned palace surrounded by forests. Children liberated from the Gross Rosen camp. Hanka, also a former inmate, becomes their guardian. After the atrocities of the camp, the protagonists slowly begin to regain what is left of their childhood, but the horror returns quickly. Released by the SS earlier on, they have gone feral and are starving. Looking for food, they besiege the palace. The children are terrified and their camp survival instinct is triggered. Okay, we'll watch it and I will let you guys know what I think. Will I like it as much as I liked Crazy Too Crazy? I don't know. I guess we'll have to find out next month. Hey guys, and those are all of the movies that we got for February 2021. I am very excited with everything we got. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed this video and you are a horror movie fan like myself, make sure you go down and give this video a huge thumbs up. Also, if you are new to my channel and this is the first video of mine that you are seeing, oh my gosh, that garbage truck, please go the fuck away. Jack, I know. It's really annoying, isn't it? It's infuriating. I'm trying to film here, and they have to take the trash out right now. If you are new to my channel, and this is the first video of mine that you are seeing, make sure you go down and hit that red subscribe button. I do upload every 3 to 4 days here. But as the rest of you, I love you guys so very much. Remember, stay creepy, and I will see you all very soon in my next video. I love you guys. Bye! Mwah.